All right, now we're live.
Hey guys, welcome to our Saturday night thrift haul. We go live every Saturday night at 8:30 Mountain Time, and we show you the items that we thrifted. If you're new here, you can shop along with us. Caitlin is on, and she's dropping links in the live chat, but you can always go to JamiRayVintage.com, find the Saturday thrift haul collection, and all of the items are there. And also, if you're on Facebook, if you can hit that share button, it helps us out a ton.
Oh, he came down.
Could you grab Rex, please? We're at our home studio, which is actually the only place we normally film.
Yeah, it's pretty much, we don't have another studio.
Yeah, we had another studio, but that's now a shipping room. So this is what we got. So we're going to tell you what we paid for and what we're going to sell it for. We've had in the last few weeks a few people ask for things to not be painted, and we've tried to adhere to that. But sometimes things get lost in translation. So if you absolutely 152,000% do not want something painted, then you have to email Caitlin and don't buy it until she says, okay, it's available. And I've let Zeb and Jami know not to paint it, because sometimes with 1,000 people commenting.
Well, and sometimes we paint it before we even hear from Caitlin.
Yeah,
because it's like Monday morning early and we paint stuff. So
we'll do what we can. But anyways, we're super excited to get started. Eliza's going to grab the puppy. Thank you. All right, Zeb, why don't you show?
I wanted to show that stuff that's in front of you.
Let's do this first.
Okay. All right.
Show them the giant candlestick.
So big candlestick. Love it. One of my favorite things we picked this weekend. It's $6.95 or $6.99 is what we paid for it. We're going to paint it up, sell it for $22.95. I wish we had two. We don't, but I think this one is big enough and got enough detail that it stands out on its own. So
it's a really big statement piece, and I love like how chunky and turned it is, and then the leaves on the bottom. You can't really see all the detail, but once we paint it and wax it, it's all gonna pop. It's
got kitchen fur. We'll have to clean that off before we start painting it.
Kitchen fur, in case you didn't know, means that it lived in a kitchen and it had a little bit of grease and then some dust, thus creating what we refer to as kitchen fur.
It's impossible to not get kitchen fur.
We have items in our kitchen with kitchen fur, so we are passing zero judgment.
No, yeah. It happens to anybody's kitchen. I don't care how much you clean, how much you use one of those bacon grease splatter screens, you're going to get it. All right, so this, if you guys are out thrifting and you find a teak cutting board for $1.99, get it.
Look how beautiful this is.
This has got amazing wood grain. We're going to leave it just as is, give it a little scrub, and we're going to sell it for $12.95.
The patina on that's also good too. It's got a little bit of wear, a little age. All right, show them this basket, because this basket is fantastic.
This basket, it's got feet. They are kind of more like a beehive type shape. And then it's got a wooden bottom, like a plywood bottom. And then someone did this fun weave on it with this. It's really sturdy. It's like a really thick reed or piece of wood that was steamed and bent. I'm not sure what it is.
My mom even came out and she's like, that basket is awesome. She's like, what is it for? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you could put, did you say you could put wood in here?
Yeah, I would use this for like fireplace wood.
So
or kindling. Kindling would be really good because you could fit a bunch of small pieces in here.
It would be super cute with a quilt rolled up in it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, looking at it, it looks like it may have been used for some sort of kindling or something. It's got a little bit of wear. There's a broken reed here, but overall, super sturdy, awesome little basket.
It's actually a big basket.
Yeah.
Not a little basket. It was a back porch offering. So we have people that will bring stuff by and leave it on our back porch. In fact, I think it was 2 Sundays ago. I'm like, who's at our shop on Sunday? Because we're not open on Sunday. And they must have just come back from church, because the guy was like in a white shirt and tie, and they dropped it off. And so whoever that was, thank you very much. If I was going to buy that, I'd probably pay $8 to $10 for it. And we're selling it for $29.95.
It's shedding a little bit of the black.
Well, we'll clean it up before we send it your way.
All right. Little doll. I lost
rocking
I wanted to call it. I was stuck on rocking horse. I wanted to call it a rocking horse so bad. Little doll rocking chair. And it's got great seat on it too.
It's like a really great washed out wood. This lighter toned wood is super popular right now, especially in the farmhouse style. We will spray it with like bleach cleaner and clean it up. It's got some imperfections, but I just think it's super cute. And we paid, I think the sticker. No, did we buy this? I think that was on the back porch.
Might
too.
have been on the back porch.
It
as
was
well,
on the back porch. That's why there's no sales sticker. So
some little girl has signed it on the back. Probably gonna leave that unless
unless the bleach cleaner.
We'll let the end user remove that if I want.
I probably would have paid $5 for it, and we're gonna sell it for $16.95. Thanks for sharing, Jessica. Hey, Bree. Thanks, Valerie. The basket is $29.95.
It's a great deal on that basket.
Yeah.
It feels like you could probably carry 100 pounds in it. It's super sturdy. All right, so every week,
Valerie, the basket is not going to be painted. It has amazing patina. It's a little bit chippy, so I'm leaving it.
It's getting chippier as we go because it loses a little bit of paint here and there. All right, so every week we're like, okay, no more Christmas, no more Christmas. We're over it, about May, June, we'll really start looking for it and getting it again. But we've been finding so much good Christmas stuff.
And I bought the polka dot tins that match this one not too long ago. So I had to pick it up. It was $1.99. It was 20% off because I had a coupon at Savers. And we're selling it, I think, $7.95. What does it say?
$7.95.
And it's already sold. So somebody else also loves the polka dot Christmas tins.
Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Super cute.
I'm just trying to see if it's focusing.
Hey, Robert.
I tried to set the camera at a place where it wouldn't go crazy trying to focus and unfocus, but I could still hold stuff close to you so you guys could see.
My sister Deborah's on here. Hi, Deb. Did you get that soda cleaned up? They had a soda explosion.
Oh, so
it was diet.
Did you put it in the? People say diet like it's going to be less mess. It's a mess.
We had this discussion with Harrington today because he borrowed Zeb's jacket, and Zeb said, "Don't get it dirty. Don't drink any energy drinks." And Harrington
he's going snowboarding, and it's like my super super nice, really expensive snowboarding jacket. I'm like, bro, you work hard. You've got money. The Cabela's is up the street. There's a Quicksilver store up the street. We got tons of
this story
Burton.
Got way more involved. I was just gonna say that Harrington said, well, the energy drink was diet, so it wouldn't get sticky. And that's
I was
my
trying
mom
to tell him
always
why
says.
he needed to borrow my coat because he's
Anyways.
lazy and he won't go buy his own coat. And I was like, no, you can't borrow it. And Jamie's like, just let him borrow it.
I bought it. Okay, so this did not have a price tag on it, but I believe they gave it to us for $4.99. It looks like a little turned, like almost like if you had salvage and you put a clock on top with a finial.
I actually love that idea. We have so many clock faces that need a good home.
We have those ballusters. We could make clocks like this.
Yeah,
we have some that haven't sold.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this clock is going to get painted and waxed, and it'll be $19.95. Oh, it already sold, so somebody must have liked it too.
And it's gone.
And Renee from Faux Your Eyes Only says she's been finding so much Christmas and she can't help myself. You know what? Here's the thing. People buy Christmas year-round. So as long as people buy Christmas year-round, I will continue to buy it because I'm in this market to sell. So the peeps get what they want.
Oh, this is a little Japanese creamer. This is good.
From Mikasa.
So we bought it for $1.49.
Hey,
we're not going to do anything to it. We're going to sell it for $8.95. Wash it up. It needs scrubbed. It looks like someone used it to plant a succulent or something in there.
Yeah, so cute. And I like it because it's a large creamer and it's very cottage core.
Well, it's got a good shape too. Usually they're more squatty, they're longer, ovally. This is like up on a pedestal. It's really good.
Cottage core to the max on that one. So
this basket.
Did you give him a price on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't remember if you did. Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, let's talk about this clock.
Okay.
We're clearing my way here.
Yeah, we got to get.
And I said I was talking to Renee from Faux Your Eyes Only, and then I said hi, Renee, and that was to my sister Renee. So just clarifying which Renee.
All right, we've got a bunch of good clocks tonight. I've got one over here and another one over here, and this one is one of my favorites. This one has a door on the back. You can change the battery. It is battery operated. But gonna get a paint job.
Look at the detail. Not one, not two, but three finials
for
the low, low price of $29.95, and we paid $5.99.
$5.99 for the clock.
And Leslie says Jami is back. I feel like a normal human. I do still have like a little bit of sinus drainage, but I think it's also because it's been warm, and so not everything has died, and things are still like kind of green outside, and the dogs go in and out, and so they just bring stuff in. It's fun times.
Yeah, they bring lots of stuff in. Our house is the floors are not taking a beating, but they're not as clean as they used to be.
We just don't look at them.
So this was $6.99. We're going to sell it for $19.95. It's got some wax we've got to get off. There was much debate at the thrift store between Jamie and I if we needed to fix these or even like, drill them down and tighten them. It cannot be tightened. It is at its maximum tightness. So I'm thinking this is just part of the design. It's the way it is.
Really, who cares? Like, they're not going to fall off. Like, they're stuck on there good. And once you put the candle in there, like, that's just the way that they are. So I like it. I'm not going to paint it because I love like it's almost like tarnished, but it's not because it's not actually super, super old, maybe from like the 90s. And then it's got like this wood part in the middle. It's just a really cool style. Originally it was made by Hallmark. How much did we pay for that?
$6.99.
And we sold it. It's already sold for $19.95.
I do need to melt the wax out though, because it does have quite a bit of drippy wax all over it.
We just use a heat gun and a paper towel and we clean all the drippy wax off. So in case you're wondering why things have already sold, we put all of our items live on Saturday night about 8:25, so 5 minutes before we go live, because Caitlin has to make them live, and we go live and she sends the text. So a lot of people will look on the website, and as soon as it goes live, they shop the collection. So some stuff sells before we even show it.
How much is this? Because we found this at a thrift store too, right? You found two of them?
Yes, actually, I did. And I was too lazy to open the box. They came in their original box with the foam. So I took a chance for $4. And this one had all three in it. They're individual cake plates, but they're meant to be stacked. So you can use them like this, or you can stack them one on top of each other. And they're three for $36.95. And I'm so excited because they have the original foam. So shipping them will be a dream.
Yeah, and it's good foam. Let me show you the other one.
Somebody liked them. They already sold.
Let me show you the other one while we're showing it. This one is missing its third tier, but still good.
Caitlin says tonight that stuff didn't go live till 8:28 because she had to use the powder room. I get that. I think you and I were probably using the powder room at the same time.
So this one's got kind of like a peachy pink color to it.
So the other set was clear glass. They were not pink. If anything, I would say they're almost have a blue-green hue, but I think that was just because they were picking stuff up. But these are like a rose-colored.
But only two of these. These ones are $24.95.
So $12 less because there's two instead of three. And these also sold. Becky says, how did your lovely couple start thrifting, crafting, and selling? So Zeb, long before he ever met me, his mom used to take him to antique stores and secondhand stores. And I, growing up,
my mama raised me right.
Yeah, thank goodness, because it was a match made in heaven. And then when I just always did like yard sales.
When we met, I was wearing a shirt that I had thrifted that was button up. It was like probably from the 70s, had pointed pockets, very Western.
I called it old man shirts. And it probably got it from some old man's estate because we lived in Prescott.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was a yard sale.
And he used to work out, so he had these big muscles, and he wear like tight shirts. They had buttons in them.
It was a very small shirt. It was probably a medium, and I've never
You were a solid large.
I've always been at least a solid large, even when I was younger and thin.
And so then when we got married, we were broke. For a long time, and I've always had like champagne taste on a beer budget.
Our very first couch was thrifted, and she upholstered it with my mom.
1 month after we got married.
Was it a month? I thought it was like 2 weeks.
Our first dining set was yard sale, $20.
I remember you called me and you're like, Zeb, you got to come get this now. It's at Goodwill here in Tucson.
It was half off Saturday.
And it's half off Saturday. And I was working and I busted down there in my old 1980 Chevy Love and picked it up.
That's right. I love that truck because it hauled my junk. So there you go. All right. So this is a divided little pail. I think you found this actually.
I did. And I couldn't leave it there. And it's still got the brand new from the factory tag. And it was $4.99. We're not doing anything to it, so we're only going to sell it for $12.95.
But it's got a great wooden handle, and they did a decent job at the patina.
Yeah, it's like corrugated tin down here on the bottom. It's just got a lot of good stuff going on, and it's it's organized season. January, make your goals, be clean, organize your stuff.
Sheila says she was a good mom. She was, and my mom was super crafty, and so I've been crafting and painting all my life. And Zeb actually painted his mom, or not painted, but you installed my mom's kitchen cabinets. Didn't you build them when you were like 14?
Not your mom's, my mom's.
Your mom, sorry, your mom.
So our basement flooded, and my parents got a bunch of insurance money, so we used that to refinish the kitchen. And we tore the carpet out of the basement and just did
They
like
did
an
the work
enamel
themselves.
paint on the bottom and did some drywall where the drywall had been damaged, which was pretty cheap. But we redid the floors in the kitchen, and my dad was working out of town about an hour and a half commute one way, and he showed me how to build one drawer. He's like, all right, I need the rest of these drawers all built out.
So we did it. All right, so this was one of Zeb's flips. If you guys watched Friday's video, we took you thrifting with us, and Zeb, tell them what you did.
So this is just a tart pan, and someone said, oh, don't mess up that tart pan. It's a Kaiser, and I collect them. Well, it had some good patina on there. I only drilled
rusty.
2 holes in here. I think it's okay, you know. But I use this to be like an apron hanger. You could hang hats, whatever. You could put 2 hooks on here if you have one of these. But I just thought it was fun. I did a little dry brushing. Came out great.
Kai says I sound chipper and happy. Well, I'm also drinking a caffeinated beverage.
Tell them what you did.
I had 2 sodas today.
She tries to limit herself to one soda
can
a day. And this is the second can.
So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm also not going to sleep till midnight. So there you go. That sold, so somebody must have loved it.
It's cool. It's got that deer head knob that we had that used to be on our nightstand.
Our nightstand, yeah. So you're not only getting the tart pan, but you're getting an authentic Jami knob from an old project, because I save every knob.
You got it. They're like $5-6 even on sale.
That's like an extra value meal.
All right, we got some little cherub angels. These are meant to be shelf sitters.
They're so
Word of caution. This one here, her feet are a little far back, and she does not sit well on the edge. So if you're going to do that, maybe some double-sided tape or something if you're going to put them on a mantle.
Maybe not double-sided tape if you don't want your paint to come off, but they make that gummy sticky stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you could put that on the bottom. But aren't they so cute?
Are we painting these, or are you leaving them as is? They've already got gold wings and hair.
Yeah, they're
and
super sweet.
And a trumpet. They're good.
Lisa says, I'm with you. Coca-Cola is my downfall. This is actually Cherry Coke Zero, because I already have problems fitting in my jeans. So Cherry Coke Zero. And it's actually, if you don't like diet soda, it's the only one that I think tastes like regular soda.
Tell them about your piece of glass here. I'm going to bring it close.
So
it's fun.
We were at our very last thrift store right before they closed, before we went to dinner on Thursday night. And I waited like 10 minutes for this lady to let me in the collectibles. And this is a Fenton ruffle bowl with the hobnail detail. It's 11 inches wide, so it's a big Fenton bowl. And they usually sell like the smaller ones like $20-ish, but the bigger ones usually sell for like $50 or $60. So this one, I paid $20, $19.95. I didn't have a coupon at the store, and I'm selling it for $42.95. And I ran my little finger all around the edges, and there weren't any chips. And it was really dirty. And I was like, how dare they charge me $20 for a dirty bowl? But I cleaned it up. I got my magic eraser out because there was some crayon on it, and it cleaned up nicely.
So I titled this video today, Trash to Treasure, Finding Value in Everyday kind of Thrifted Items from the thrift store. The reason I titled it is because I was looking at our stuff. Maybe about once a week, we'll find something that's kind of more unique and precious and worth a little bit of money all on its own without doing anything to it. But for the most part, when we're thrifting, we're just finding like finials. That's not precious. This is like a brass, silvery,
it's stainless,
dipped stainless bowl, you know. I mean, there's lots of good items here, but they're kind of just everyday stuff that you'd find at the thrift store. And that's what we make our living on.
And the things that are everyday but kind of ugly, we paint them.
Yep.
And we make them into what we want. And I feel like it's a good rule of thumb, not just for thrifting, but for things around your house. Like maybe you want a new style. Like you go on Pinterest and you see something you really love. You can replace a few staple pieces, but a lot of the things you already have can be made over into something else if you really like hone in on what finish you could change it into. Because that's what we did when we were first married.
Yeah.
I had random crap that I grew up with.
Well,
and
you got that
wicker
couch set that you loved.
That cost me $600 for that set. And I felt like I spent a lot of money.
Did we repaint that, or did we sell that and leave it white? I can't remember.
I don't know. Eventually we repainted it and sold it, but I had it for many years. It was my formal living room set.
Yeah.
It was bougie.
Yeah, it was wicker with it looked like outdoor furniture. Tie-on cushions. All right, is this crystal, or did we determine if this is crystal or glass?
This is crystal. It does have a couple of chips. You know, we couldn't tell because it has a scalloped detail.
Yeah, you can't hardly tell looking
at it. But I
at
did put it in the listing. we will make sure they're not sharp. There are 2 chips, but it's etched. It's beautiful, thick crystal. It just a really gorgeous piece. And like I said, the chips are where the scalloped edges, so you can't really tell. And we paid $3.99, and we're gonna sell it for $12.95. I see it's really
Here, let's put some floral in there, see what it looks like.
floral in my.
Jamie almost passed up on this jar with the cool lid.
So I was like, so this is how I found this. I'm like, so I can't get the lid off because I just assumed it had one of those rubber seals, and Zeb's like, it's because it screws. I felt like an idiot.
But we were able to bring it home. Look
That's
at that.
why you bring muscle with you.
And so she was gonna ditch these flowers. She's like, throw the flowers out. I don't want those. But you know.
Yeah, I was like, I can give them back to the thrift store and they can resell them. But we kept them. That looks good. But I think these are gonna go with this because it was in the picture.
Yeah.
So this one was $5.99. It's got like this Asian looking lid, but we're going to repaint the lid, and the style of it is really a lot like what we like. Just the colors are off. So we're going to repaint the lid, and then this is going to be $19.95.
So this is actually really...
And you screw it on. You don't pull it.
It's really ingenious. It just has its regular lid, and someone turned this inside out almost like a bowl and put the lid in the top of this. I'm doing that to all the stuff.
Alicia, sorry.
We got a half hour to go.
Yeah, we just got started. You didn't miss too much. I'm just leaving.
All right. We didn't show this clock yet, did we?
Heather said she just purchased a bunch of stuff. So this one had 3 legs on it, so I got it for a discount. It was $7.99, but I got it for the low price of $4.99, and then I just pulled off the other legs because it was a 3.
I'm gonna have to take those screws out though because they're making it sit uneven and
we'll
scratch
take those
stuff.
out, but I pulled the other legs off. It's like a mini Mora clock, and we're gonna paint it.
So it is missing its clasp over here. I think I might just pull this off and you know leave it as is. It does have a little opening here with small little tiny shelf, and it's also it's missing its back, but that doesn't bother me because it's gonna probably go up against the wall anyway. It's not got great detail on the back.
And once it's painted and waxed, it's gonna be amazing. And we're gonna sell it for $29.95. Oh, it already sold. So
it's already gone.
And also the glass jar with lid sold. So looks like people had fun shopping today.
What has it got in its pocket?
I was like, Zeb, put that back. Put it back. We already had the velvet bunny that shipped out last week. And
Challenge
I prayed
accepted.
that it made it correctly.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to white wax this one. I learned my lesson. Don't white wax painted velvet, especially if it's orange like the bunny was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this up. I think we might even try tonight if we get enough time, and then see how it goes. So
my plan was, and then it's your candlestick, so you do you, boo.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was thinking, why not paint it petticoat pink, which we don't have here, so you'd have to wait till next week. Because then if the red came through, it would like coordinate well with the pink.
I don't know. I kind of want to make it look like cement again.
All right. Well,
and we did have petticoat pink.
I'll allow it.
We did have petticoat pink, but it fell.
No, kissing booth.
Kissing booth.
There was kissing booth all over the inside
that might.
of my green
I was
buffet.
For whatever reason I was off on my pinks. That
Well,
might look good with petticoat pink
because kissing booth is about that color.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like chunky in there, and we had it open because we're trying to dry it out because it's easier to just scrape it off once it dries out because it's clay paint. And Rex got his little nose in it, and he had a kissing booth nose a couple days ago.
So this $4.99, it's got a couple little chips around the edge. The top is actually resin, and then it's got what looks to be some sort of marble or stone
I made this
or
face
something.
At the store.
If you guys watched the video, you saw the face. I left it in there. I left a lot of stuff in this video.
Yeah, he left both of my chins. Usually edits that out.
I got in trouble.
He's like, it's already done editing. I'm like, fine.
We were on our way out to the thrift competition. I had to go. I did not
competition or the cheer competition?
Cheer competition. Thrift competition sounds fun though. Cheer competition, and I was like, I don't have time to do all the editing. But anyway, we're gonna paint this up, sell it for $22.95 because it's really cool. It's got a ton of really great detail all over it.
It's gonna be good. Robert, I don't have the new DIY paints yet, so we have them.
I don't think anybody has them yet.
We have the new, Dion might have them, and Debbie. The new DIY brights, the little 4-ounce jars that Dion
we're selling them.
Procured. Yeah, she's what's it called? Curated. That's the word. Dion's curating them, and They're for pre-order on our website, but we won't get them shipped to us till February 1st.
Yeah.
But as soon as we get them, we will use them.
That's actually not that far out, like a couple weeks, and we'll have those coming to you guys.
So if you guys want them, you can pre-order, but we can't show them to you till we get them.
Yeah. All right. This huge urn / chalice. It's a big cup. Love it. Love it. It's got great color on it. I do. It's kind of.
It looks like a trophy.
It looks like it's brass. Yeah. Little trophy-ish.
It looks like brass. It looks
but it's
like
pressed tin that's actually probably stainless steel, but it's got a good color on it. I don't know what it is about it.
It looks like mercury glass to me.
Can you guys see that that's not like a really bright metal?
It's good. How much was it?
It was $5.99.
And we're selling for $18.95.
$18.95. Are we
Jamie, do you want to explain what the new line is? So the new line is, real quickly, the new DIY Bohemian Brights. All the paints are in a white base. Think of like white, creamy, thick base. But no, the DIY paints are in a white base. These new paints are in a clear base. So not as thick, but that's because they're very pigmented and bright. And they're super, super intense, which is why they sell them in a 4-ounce jar, because they're really expensive to make. But they have a built-in sealer, and they're made to add detail to a piece of furniture, or if you're painting artwork, just as an accent, kind of in the same manner of like golden ticket and copper patina. You could paint something small with them, but you probably wouldn't want to paint a whole piece of furniture because it would take lots and lots of coats because it's in a clear base, if that makes sense. So you're going to see people using them as accents to brighten up pieces, or if you use like a complementary color underneath and then put the bright over the top, then you get that big vibrant pop of color. I think we're going to wind up using them to do some artwork.
Yeah, it's good.
They're
definitely
really pretty colors. Like Debbie thought I wouldn't like them because they're bright, but I'm like, I have color. I have fresh flowers. They got all kinds of color in them. I use color. I just use it sparingly.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. I think like even something like this, like maybe you could paint it and then like almost do like a dry brush and catch all like the high spots with one of those brights, and it's just be really great. Speaking of great, this was $4.99.
Let's talk about this thing.
And it's going to be $22.95 after we paint it.
We're not painting. We're not painting it.
We're not painting this one?
No, I like the color on it.
Oh, this one's got good color. It won the
It
color. It
looks like faded burlap with gray wax.
All right.
I was going to paint it, but I was like, you know what? It's good.
Well, someone already did paint it. It's terracotta.
Oh, well, there you go. Anyways, we're sticking with it. Can you take the velvet off the candlestick with a heat gun? I don't think so.
I mean, we might. I'm not going to go to that much work for this. I mean, it's not very big. It's maybe 10 inches. It's just not worth that kind of effort. It's resin underneath. So
we're gonna go with it.
We're gonna paint it.
So the next item is this tarnished silver. That's what happens when I drink caffeine. My mouth is slower than my brain. Tarnished silver tray. It's rectangle. We paid $3.99 and we're selling it for $7.95. We like tarnished silver just the way it is. I have candlesticks in my living room. They're tarnished and I just leave them. But you could polish this up and make it really, really shiny.
I love these bowls. We see them a lot, so we don't get them a lot, but I do love them. And this one's got really great design on the bottom.
I don't like them if they're plain, but I love like the hobnail detail and then like the prism, almost looks like a sunburst.
How much was this?
It was free. It was a back porch
offer.
offer.
Back porch.
Back
We're
porch
selling
offer.
it for $10.95.
Leslie says, where is Robert? Robert is on Facebook. So, Robert is probably talking about somebody might have spilled the beans that we are working with DIY paint for a color line. So that is true. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you that, but it is true. But that's Dion's Brights are coming out first, and then we're going to be working with Debbie. So I don't know all the particulars of it, but that is something we are working on. That's all you're getting.
Fun little tray.
Apparently, it's mid-century modern, and Zeb shouldn't have painted it and removed the lightning bolt.
No,
on it.
How dare me? I was like, in my mind, I was like, mid-century modern. That's like 1950s, right? That's 72 years ago. I'm painting it.
Caitlin says nobody spilled the beans until I just said it. It's all right. It's fine. It's not that big of a secret. I didn't tell him specifics.
I mean, I don't think Debbie cares. I mean,
no, we probably should already be talking about it.
Yeah, we should probably be promoting it. Oh, I'll go fix it.
Yeah. Sorry. At half an hour,
I mean, it's not very far down the pipeline. It'll be out soon.
Yeah, it's coming soon. It's going to be the paint formula, just like how Dion's paint formula is different. The paint formula will be different, and the colors will be different than what DIY has had before. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so this Zeb paid, I don't know.
I think it was $2.99.
And we are going to sell it for $12.95. It had a lightning bolt. If you want to see what it looked like, you got to watch Friday's video. And you can see and watch that. And the knobs are slightly crooked.
Don't touch it. It's not, I didn't glue it. I just used paint. Now I'm going to have to glue it.
Sally says, great thrift haul. Thank you, Sally. And then right here, oh, it was mentioned last night. So they already spilled the beans. Debbie did.
Debbie did it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Robert, don't tell Debbie that I didn't see. I was at a very loud cheer competition.
We were at the cheer competition.
I almost missed ordering the Bohemian Brights. That's how my
we
life
almost missed out on having that. All right. Hermetic jar. This royal blue color is amazing. Amazing. Don't pass on them. Don't skip on the royal
cobalt.
Blue. Cobalt, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's if I saw this on the shelf, I'd be like, hey, grab that blue jar.
I know. You're going to have a tough time with all the new names of the Bohemian Brights.
No, I'm not.
You're going to be
yellow,
like,
red, pink, light pink, mint.
I would say it's more turquoise. And then there's like the greeny yellow cerulean.
Cerulean?
Cerulean? Is that what it's called?
Cerulean.
This is cobalt.
We got a super chat.
I did. I talked about it with Sally.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it. Well, thank you,
You
Sally.
weren't listening to me? Truth, sometimes I'm not the one not listening. Sometimes it's him. All right.
What are you talking about sometimes?
This one's $2.99 and I'm selling it for $9.95. I love hermetic jars anyways, but the cobalt just gets me. Okay. Les says mid-century modern is an acquired look. Oh, hey, Maggie.
It is.
What did you wind up eating for dinner? She ran out of leftovers.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, it's sold to Caitlin's mother. She likes cobalt.
Nice.
All right. Okay. So
this is a Christmas tree skirt. When we originally got
it looks
this,
like the cone of shame. Like you can stick it on a dog.
Yeah. Hold on. Can it fit my head?
No. Your egg noggin is huge. It might fit my head.
No, you have too much hair. Oh.
I'm in the cone of shame.
Now you can't lick your stitches.
What it is a tree collar, so it goes like this.
So so this was going to be my my thrifted challenge item.
You were going to put that inside the tart pan.
No, I was for a minute, but what I originally wanted to do was to cut a piece of wood out and fit it into the bottom here flush, and then I was going to get a couple little wood handles and just drill them into the side, and I thought that would be really cool.
But we didn't, so we're actually going to sell it in its original form for the low price of $16.95.
But food for thought. If you find these, you can do. If you find like a bunch of them, make some cool
don't
buckets.
Need a Christmas tree collar. It
Make
fits the
some cool
Christmas tree
buckets.
we're selling perfectly.
So this was going to be the original. This is why I got these together. But then I'm like, oh, they're too much together. I have to.
Maggie
do
said she had hangs her head in shame. She had scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs is yummy.
Oh, I love scrambled eggs. We have scrambled eggs like 2-3 times a week.
What did we have for dinner tonight? What did you make?
I made ribeye.
It was good. And there was way too much of it. So we're going to have ribeye tomorrow too. Probably.
You know what that means? Ribeye tacos tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. We have potatoes and salad and rolls and sauteed mushrooms. If you're not a fungus eater, I know that sounds gross, but we love sauteed mushrooms. I think Harrington might be the only kid we have that doesn't like sauteed mushrooms.
Jack doesn't love them.
But he ate them.
He did eat them.
They got cold. He microwaved them.
I told him there were good vitamins in there. He powered through. All right, little wooden bowl, $6.95. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's the right shade of wood. It's light. We're not gonna paint it.
You are correct in that. And it didn't have a price tag, and we're selling it for $1.99.
No, we were selling it for $6.95.
Oh, we bought it for $1.95. What did I say?
That we're selling it for $1.99.
And we bought it for $1.95, and we're selling it for $6.95.
Like we're gonna break even on that one. All right, these are from the back porch, and great little galvanized tins with wooden handles.
They're brand new.
Yeah.
This is from the cute gentleman in the white shirt and tie after church. I would have paid up to $7 for them, and I'm selling for $18.95 each. They're perfect for like a farm table, or you could use them on a coffee table, or like an ottoman.
Or they just even work as a serving tray.
Or you could put some delicious cookies in there and bring them to a neighbor.
Or put some delicious cookies in there and bring them up for a late night snack while we watch TV in bed.
The small wooden bowl sold, so somebody else likes.
Small wooden bowl's gone.
All right. I've never seen a black and white polka dot enamel cauldron. It's kind of fantastic. We bought this at this. I call it the Spendy Savers. Oh, there's no price on it.
It's the one up in Salt Lake. I think it was $5.99.
Yeah, it was $5.99, which I thought was a really great price because that Savers sometimes prices me right out.
That's the one that's close to Sugar House, right?
Yes, it's down the street from where's that restaurant we ate at? What's it called?
Oh, I cannot remember the name of it.
Antique Cecilia.
Yeah, it was so good.
So good.
It was life-changing good. Like, we're like, all right, if people come to visit us, this is the place we're going to bring them now.
So yum, like authentic Italian food. We had arancino for the first time. Probably totally pronounced that wrong.
The appetizer was so good. I wanted to order like 4 of them and just have that.
Yeah, it was yum. And Zeb had lasagna and I had bolognese, but they made it table side in a giant wheel of Parmesan.
Yeah, it was like dished out.
Up the thing. I was just like, oh, this is so awesome. And I was like, I'm so glad I changed out of my sweatpants and put jeans on before I came because it was kind of a nice place.
It was nice, but they were not discriminating. There was no dress code.
Okay, this we're selling for $19.95 and it already sold. So I'm moving this aside. The lightning bolt. Oh, sorry, the lightning bolt is gone.
Yeah, it did not live. It did not make it. All right, we're guessing that this was made in 2002. Jamie's like, oh, that glass looks old. I'm like, yeah, 2002. And she's like, oh, not that old. I'm like, hey, in the vintage car world, you can get a vintage bumper.
It's 20 years ago.
You can get a vintage.
Feel old.
You can get a vintage license plate for your car after your car hits 20 years old in Arizona. So I'm calling it vintage.
So $5.99 is how much we bought it for, and
it's got a frog.
$12.95. The green glass is like the color's perfect.
Complete with flower frog.
All right, we got to make it through all the rest of that stuff. I thought we didn't have a lot of stuff, but we kind of did.
We don't have that much stuff
Zeb's
left.
Purchase. It was $2.99. We're going to paint it and sell it for $8.99.
Jamie doesn't love candlesticks that have the little poker, so I always just screw them out for her. She told me not to buy it, but I can always get them out, no problem.
Well, we paint them and leave it in, so if you get it with a poker, you can take it out. It's just, I have kids, and I'm worried about them poking their eye out.
This one's metal. It's weapon grade.
It's always a real concern of mine. Okay, so we're gonna sell these as a set. We paid $1.99 and $2.99. We're gonna paint the handles on these rolling pins and sell them for $19.95 for the 2.
That's a bonus deal.
How long does it take to receive the Valentine's papers? It can take up to 10 business days, but we're not that far behind on shipping, so probably ship out next week.
Yeah, they're in stock. So.
If you need something fast, though, after you put your order in, email customer care at jamierayvintage.com, and if she can accommodate a quicker shipping time, we will, because I know sometimes people have projects and they just need a couple of things to get them through, and we're happy to ship it faster. So
disclaimer, we can't always come through on that promise, but we try.
We try. We will do our very darndest, especially if it's seasonal. So
did this sell already?
I don't know.
All right, show them my tray I got.
So
I like the tray.
Zeb snuck it in the cart. It was $3.99.
Snuck it in.
Well, I didn't see it until I photographed it.
Oh, you didn't know I had it?
No. I was like, that's cute. I like it because it's a rectangle, so it's just a really great shape. Normally they're a little bit wider, so this was fun. We're gonna paint it and sell it for $19.95. You like a curvy lady?
I do like one.
I ordered a week ago. Yep. Jackie, if you haven't gotten an email that it's shipped, all you have to do is email Caitlin and we'll just double check and make sure that it's sent out. Occasionally the post office has delays.
And occasionally they don't notify you till it's like on your doorstep.
Yeah. You're like, huh.
In the perfect world, the tracking works, but not always. You already showed that.
Oh, I just really like it.
This is, so in our little thrift store challenge we did on Friday. That was yesterday, huh?
Yes.
This is what Jamie painted.
Well, didn't we do it on Thursday? No, we did it Friday morning.
We did it Friday morning, and I haven't slept a lot since then because the dogs got up at 5 and they went to bed at like 1.
So I wouldn't normally buy this because it kind of looked like diamond plate, but once I painted it, it looked like basket weave. So I bought it for $5.99. Was it? Somebody put cement in the bottom, so it's perfect for a what's that called?
Umbrella.
Umbrella stand, and it looks really bright on camera, but it's more green in real life. I don't know why it's so bright on there. And
it was
looks
bright
like
in our
basket
video
weave.
too.
And then I put this rooster on here and white wax, and we're selling it for $29.95. And somebody already bought it, so they must have really liked it.
It's good. That rooster, if you want one of your own, is really easy to use. It went on there great. The new IOD transfers are awesome. It's out of the brocante transfer.
All right, it's $9.09. We got some more stuff.
We don't
This
have
is
that much.
Zeb
I've showed a lot
It is
of
an
this.
empty wine bottle,
But
but
it's
it
a
has
really
a dolphin. It's probably pewter, judging because it's really heavy.
So it's got a little pewter dolphin on the cork here. Hold on, let me show you. Let me get this to
I'm gonna move the other
focus.
stuff over while you do that.
How cool is that? I got it for the dolphin. We don't decorate with dolphins.
It's a dolphin cork that comes with a wine bottle.
Yeah, but we don't decorate with dolphins. We're a long ways away from anything coastal. But I know a lot of you have lots of coastal decor, and I think it's just good anyway. And the bottle's a fun shape and a great color, so I couldn't pass it up.
All right, I've got just this many things left.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Rapid fire. This was on the back porch, so it was free. I would have paid probably up to $5. We're selling it for $16.95. We aren't painting it, but you could paint it if you were very patient or you sprayed it because it's got a lot of detail. The cloth does screw out, so if you wanted to spray this, you could, and that would be fun too. Next, we have a Stanley, a vintage one in actually really, really good condition. It was $4.99, 20% off. And these keep your drinks cold forever. It's got the original little stopper in there that's in really good condition.
And it doesn't smell like anything weird. It's nice and clean.
We did the sniff test. It smells fine. And we're selling it for $22.95. Sniff test is important with old plastic.
It's older. It's the Aladdin Stanley.
Yeah.
Did you tell them that already?
Boom. It's the Aladdin Stanley. Eliza goes, it's just like your Stanley. I'm like, yeah, except for mine isn't as cool. But mine has a handle, so. And mine was $50. All right, so this is a giant pine tree decoration. It was $5.99, and I'm selling for $19.95. Normally, I sell them like this big for like $10 or $12. So this big for $19.95 is a good price. This is the back porch offering. Whoever it was that dropped these off apparently is good at the IOD because they used IOD molds and they made these really pretty angels. And we're selling a set of them for the low price of $24.95. You get all three angels. Look how cute they are. This would be a good project for next year. If you don't buy these, you could get your own salvage and make your own angels. They used, here's the back, to show you how it's put together. Anyways, $24.95 for these. And last but not least, there is this pedestal bowl. It's a big one. Perfect for fruit, bananas, apples, $12.95. And this was a back porch offering. And it's heavy. All right, phew, time to paint.
All right. I had all that cleared off, and then you put all that stuff there.
Well, I had to show the people. That's what we do. We're people showers. We show the people.
All right. I don't know what you're painting, but I'm going to paint this candlestick up real quick and the handles on those rolling pins.
It's 9:12, so
We got time. We got some time tonight.
I haven't decided what I'm going to paint yet.
Oh, I might do a clock
those
too.
sold. Yeah, $24.95 was a really good deal for those three. So whoever bought them, good job. Because those probably were not easy to put together. They did it. They made it cute. I don't know, Zeb.
You don't know what you're going to paint?
Maybe I just paint this chart. Because I think I want to paint all of those clocks that need to be painted, like on a video.
All right. I think that's enough. That's enough drop cloth
Okay.
for us here.
What colors do I have?
Oh, I just got these because I'm going to mix them for my
Cement.
So, yeah.
Would you?
What do you want? I'll grab it for you.
I don't know. I've been liking mint chip lately. Can you make mint chip?
Yep.
Let's see. I'm just seeing new canvas. Thanks for noticing.
Well,
Actually, this drop cloth had. The reason why it's folded is because when we were making our craft kits for last time, it had a bunch of milk paint powder on it.
we can't open it,
we can't open it, or else it'll be a big
we get
mess.
black milk paint everywhere.
I might just put it in the washer because then that would set the paint. But anyways, that's the story. We need to go get. I actually want to get new bath towels. So because They only really last about a year around here. After about a year, they start to get dingy. We have a lot of people. But
Oops.
I think you may start seeing us use bath towels because I'm just going to buy new ones, and then I'm going to recycle the old ones.
So we like to use towels because they're thick. The paint doesn't bleed through them for the most part. And then they're really disposable, and they're small enough to fit on the island really easy without draping over and tripping on them and all this other stuff.
Leah says yes, wash it. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And it was black paint. So
man, this velvet is strong. Like, this is coming through pink. It might actually look good for Valentine's Day with this white on here.
You're funny. Jami doesn't have a mic. Can you not hear me?
She has a mic.
It's right here. Jenny Marina is on, and she's from Prescott. That's where we both.
Oh,
and Lynn McKenzie is here from Cottonwood.
Well, Prescott area.
Oh, Odelia likes the one with canvas and on one side and plastic on the other. I like those too. They keep it from the paint from leaking through. I'm going to paint the inside first.
We use those when we're going to do
Harrington in the cottage yet? He is not.
No, I mean,
close.
Honestly, I could probably move him in. The fridge will run, the stove will run. He's got a few outlets that he could use.
Shower in the
shower I still need to fix. But the heater and the AC is hooked up. We need to put a couple windows in it because it had the window shaker AC units, and we took those out, and so there's just big holes that I've got cardboard in right now. So
what we're going to do is we're just going to build our own frames because our window guy said it takes like 3-4 months for custom windows, but that he can get glass quick. So Deb's going to build the frames, and we're going to make our own windows. Yep. We're going to DIY those. It's not going to be exciting, but that's what we're doing. But he can move in before there's windows.
Yeah, we're almost there. Like, I hope to get him in there this week.
Zeb, you're a hoot.
What?
I don't know.
What did I do?
Les said you're funny. He is funny. We actually both laugh at each other all the time. We're in kind of a good mood because what did we do today, Zeb?
We finally, if you don't know, if you're new to the channel or just missed it, last August we had our 20th anniversary. And we didn't go anywhere. We did a couple little things local here. It was a fun day. We
went to dinner and we turned some pottery, took a class together and turned pottery. But we didn't go on a trip like we had wanted to. It was just, we had a lot of stuff going on with the kids and my parents. And so it just didn't happen. But my sister, Karen, is coming for an entire week in March. And she is an RN. So I feel like the parents will be in the good hands. Yep. She is going to come stay with the kids and my parents, and we're going to
the UK.
We're going to England. We're flying in to London, and we booked our rental car, which is going to be a cargo van because
we got a cargo van to drive around.
It's like a compact cargo van. But
I'm super excited about it.
It only has 2 seats and the back's all open, and you know why? Because we're gonna be junking in England, so we're super excited.
We're already researching flea markets and
we're trying
dates
to figure out freight, like how we get it on a boat to come home. So we got to figure that out. We have not booked where we're going to stay yet because we haven't made a commitment to that yet. But Zeb's already done research on driving over there. He's got to get his little, I think they have an international license thing. So
it's recommended, but you can drive over there as long as you're not going to be over there indefinitely driving without a license there. But you can drive there for a vacation. They don't care.
We went to France a few years ago.
It's been over 2 years already.
Yeah, it was so fun. We did a lot of shopping, but we were only able to bring back what we could fit on our suitcase, which was subsequently a lot. Build up our entire farm table because we're good packers. But this time we're going to work on getting things freighted home, but we have to take into account how much it costs to ship it and making sure that that's cost effective for what we're going to be reselling.
It might be to the point where we got to buy enough that it makes it worth it.
Yeah, so
we'll see if we can do that. We're only going to be there for 11 days, so.
Renee, somebody said they drive on the other side of the road. We know. Zeb actually drove.
I drove
and now France, they drive just like the U.S.
I probably clocked over 1,000 miles in France.
Zeb drove a big old skinny van, a 12-passenger van, through the roads of Paris it was you could reach out and touch the wall like this. That's how close we were in some of those alleys, and he was a champ. So I'm ready.
I used to be a commercial driver. I've had a CDL. I've taken race car courses when I worked at Discount Tire. One of the fun perks is they'd send you to driving school sometimes down at the racetrack, and you get to drive like the track cars and stuff. And so I've done all kinds of fun driving.
That is a rule follower. So he is looking up all the rules.
I think I'm pretty good. I watched about 6 or 7 videos this afternoon after we confirmed and booked, and I'm like, okay, what do we got to do to drive over there? What do I need to get? And so I know what all the traffic signs and the signals do, and then how to work the roundabouts because it's on the other side of the street, so it's completely backwards from what we do here in the U.S. And there are a lot of roundabouts.
Are you going to have brunch with the Queen? I mean,
we're not those kind of tourists.
Bougie-less.
We're not those tourists either.
But we are going to find some sketchy flea markets, back alleys, and yard sales.
And also food. Like that's one of our big things. We go to all the fun places to eat, and we're not afraid of the local hole in the wall dives either. Like
we're going to be there 2 weekends. We booked our trip specifically for flea markets. So we're leaving on a Thursday, getting there on a Friday morning, and then we're not leaving that Monday. We're leaving the following Monday. Yeah. Well, I was like, we got to be gone 2 weekends because if we don't figure it out the first weekend, then we'll still have that second
we'll
weekend.
Probably go do some castle tours and stuff because I love castles, even though they have like a dark, crazy history, most of them. I still enjoy the architecture of them.
Laura says, is this a paint dryer? This is just a heat gun. I wouldn't suggest using this. You can just let it air dry, but because we're live, I'm just using it so that way I can get it dried off here pretty quickly.
All right, so you remember that color that this was before, and now it's almost looks like I white waxed it. I kind of like it just like this. Is that too pink?
You need another coat.
This
is DIY's mint chip, and you can buy the paint at JamiRayVintage.com. So not only do we sell junk, we sell stuff to help you make over your junk.
So I have
or your not junk, whatever you want to paint.
Or your good stuff.
Your good stuff, your mom's good stuff, as long as you have her permission. I may have painted a few things as a child that I did not have permission to paint, or I decoupaged it. Remember that nightstand that I had my TV on that I decoupaged with 17 magazines, and then I hot glued rainbow hearts on it?
Tell them who you decoupaged on it. Do you remember who was decoupaged on that?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Tiger Woods.
No, Tiger Woods wasn't decoupaged. He was on a poster on my ceiling.
Oh, I thought
and
it was
on a... fully clothed, I might add.
Oh, yeah, it's Tiger.
He had a golf club.
It was just funny because I thought she was really into golf, and she lived in the country club on a golf course. And
Joanne
I was like,
Acey, it was her cute husband in a white shirt after church. I thought it might have been you.
She
always dropped off the good IOD stuff.
We get the alert, especially when the alarm's set. It's like aggressive about sending the alerts. And so if you trigger the camera on the back, I get an alert on my phone, and sometimes we watch whatever's going on.
I think we might have been at church. I can't remember what time it was.
It was afterwards.
It was after church, anyways. Yeah, we're like, look,
I'm like, I got an alert. I'm like, who's in the back of the shop right now?
Are you guys high school sweethearts? Yes, we are. We actually have a video somewhere on YouTube about how
it's on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
We did it as a live video on Facebook.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. So I could do another coat of white on this. I'm thinking I want to dip it in the black and go gray like I did with the other one.
I feel like I trust you.
I'm going to do it. Didn't wash my brush, I know.
Yeah, airfare isn't too bad. We always fly whatever's the shortest, no direct flights, which makes me sad because we did direct
There aren't
flights.
any right now because of flight restrictions and stuff. But for the most part, the UK has opened wide up.
Yeah, and we fly comfort because Zev is big. We don't fly first class because ain't nobody bougie like that.
But here's the thing: if you fly first class, I can sit in a tight space for 6-7 hours. I can do it because to fly first class was almost double what the plane ticket cost.
Sweetie, it was double. It was like $4,000.
But here's the thing. That's a lot of junkin' money.
Yeah. Yep, it's picking money. So
I will sit there like this. I'll probably sleep. I sleep really good in the plane. So
I go by the exit rows whenever I can, so that way he has the extra leg room. You know, the first seat that's right there. You don't get a tray for your food. The tray that they have is kind of lame. It's not like a good one, but it gives them extra leg room. No, yes, we are not taking our children. We actually thought about like maybe eventually we could take them, but we want to go first because I'm not taking my kids to some country I've never been to.
I mean, I feel like the UK is pretty safe.
They do speak English, kind of.
No, they speak English. I was listening to the guys doing the videos
English as much as I do.
on how to drive there. If you're a tourist and you're not used to the driver being on the right side of the car and driving on the left side of the road, and I could understand all of those guys fine.
I can understand Kieran from 81 Vintage, and he's from England.
Yeah. Honestly, it's kind of like a Southern accent here in the U.S. If you're not paying attention, some of those Southern accents, if you grew up out west or even up north too, like up in New England area, like they're very different. Like I went to Connecticut on a mission, and those people called me out right away. They're like, "You're either from California or Arizona." I'm like, "How did you know?" Like, you talk like an Arizonan.
This is before we moved to Utah, and now we sound like they're from Utah. Utah definitely has its own slang.
Like not just a few people, like pretty much everyone I talked to knew I was from out west.
Yeah, and it's kind of spendy to take children over the seas, so maybe someday.
Yeah, they don't give you a discount for
we
that
did
seat
take them to Disneyland, and it's a small world there, so basically same.
I feel like that's a huge argument waiting to happen.
Maybe we'll go to Orlando and take them to Epcot because they have all the different countries there.
Well, and here's the thing. If we're going to travel with the kids, there's so many amazing things to see here in the U.S. that we haven't even come close to seeing. So
we are going to
people come from all over around the world to come visit us here. We're like, man, we need to do more traveling around the U.S.
Jane is up. How are you feeling, Jane? Is there anyone going with you? Yeah, Zeb.
Yeah, we're going by ourselves this time.
We're not. Last time we went to Friends with a bunch of people, but this time it's for our anniversary, but it's also for work as far as the IRS is concerned because we are buying junk and we're going to video record it.
So if you're watching this and you're in the UK and you want to clue us in on some of your honey holes, message us because we're only going to be there a little while. We won't get all the good stuff.
Yep, she's been a bad back and laying flat for 5 days. Oh, Jane, that's no fun.
Oh, man, that's hard.
How are your pups doing if you're on your back? I always think of Jane every time Zeb gets up early with the puppies because her animals get up early. Although they get up early, I think they get up at like 4.
You know, like clockwork. Cody's in there. He's our little schnoodle, the little guy. And he it's like 5:50 every morning, and he can just no longer hold it, and he starts doing this little pawing at the front of his crate, and it wakes me up because we got him sleeping on the what'd you call that? A landing, the mezzanine, the loft area. Right at the top of the stairs there. And
he's tiny little boy. He's got a little.
He can only make it to about 6 in the morning, and within a couple minutes, he's like there every morning, like 5:50, 5:52. I get up and take them out, and then I play with them till they're tired out, and that's usually about 7. But we're getting some good training in that hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning when the kids aren't up and it's quiet in the house. We got them. They both know how to sit. They're both getting good at stay, and they're waiting until I give them the treat instead of trying to attack my hand like they did a week ago.
Yeah, he's been working on Rex, getting him not to bite. So I'm just using a stencil brush.
Rex has had a problem with puppy biting, so we're working on that. And he's much better after about a week of it. So it's a good time in the morning where I can I'm not busy and I can work on with them one-on-one and really dial some things in that we want them to be good at their whole lives.
So I'm using the 3/8 JRB stencil brush, because it's flat and it really goes along this edge without having to tape it off. I really love like on enamel when they have the edge a different color. So I'm just going to do this edge in white, and then I will probably distress it and white wax it all.
All right. So I like this a lot better than the white and what would you call that? Chartreuse, that red color it was, reddish pink color. I'm not going to wax it. Learned my lesson with the bunny. The velvet does not handle the waxing once painted. But I think what I'll do once this is dry is I'm going to take a dry brush and just white and just dry brush the high spots.
And then maybe spray it with sealer.
Yeah. or just leave it. I mean, it's not coming off.
No, it's on there pretty good. So I'm just taking this DIY vintage linen. Can you guys see that? I'm just painting the edge white, and it's just like a really subtle detail, but it makes it look super cute. And I'm thinking that I might put either a stencil here later or a transfer. I haven't decided. We'll see. Zeb's gonna fix it. We've been on an hour because every 30 minutes it's Kai says, any peak info on your paint color selection? Well,
no, I don't know if we're gonna go that far.
Yeah, no, but I can
we actually don't have any samples of it yet. So.
Yeah, we have sent color requests, but you can imagine what colors I would pick if I was going to be doing it. So just along those lines.
It's going to be good. The formula is going to be awesome. It's exciting. We're excited about it.
Yeah, Debbie asked us, and we're happy
to help her develop it.
Yeah, we feel so blessed that she asked us to do that. Like how many people get to come up with a paint line with colors? We've actually had a lot of people ask us if we were ever going to come out with our own paint line. The answer has always been no, because we have too many friends that make amazing paint. So why would we be their competition?
We just don't want to rewrite the wheel on that either. Like Debbie's
already
got
things going on.
A really good brand, and the paint is amazing.
Manufacturer.
Like I don't need to rewrite the wheel on that. So
this is a fun opportunity for us to get our feet wet, but we're not running the whole show, thank goodness, because we kind of have a lot of things going on in life.
Yeah.
I never think about how much we actually have going on until I start to talk to somebody and I'm like, oh yeah. And we've got to design our new decor.
Well, we just had a conversation with a guy. He's like, so what do you guys do for a living? I'm like, what don't we do?
Zeb bought a new truck. That's what
the finance guy wanted to know why we weren't using him for financing. I'm like, we got a person.
Yeah,
when you're self-employed and you find someone that's willing to work with you,
she's actually out of New York.
You just stay with that. I'll tell you what, if you can find someone that and is willing to help you with decent rates, just stay with them.
Well, and she has all of our financial information, so we don't have to retell everything. But anyways, yeah, Zeb got. Tell them what kind of truck you got.
So I got another F-150. My other one was about to run out of warranty. I know
it's a real first world problem, but
wasn't
it's a
an
tax
issue.
write-off.
But we so it was due. I was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now instead, or we'll just pay it off, because that was the other option. And so I got a new F-150 Tremor, which is like the little baby to the brother. If you don't know what that is, it's like the Raptor is the little baby brother to the Raptor is what I'm trying to say, which is their big high-end off-road truck that you can jump it and go fast off-road. But it's not that one. It's the Tremor. But towed with it today. It did great. I'm trying to get the wax off here if you've been seeing me struggle with this.
Are you on the struggle bus?
Well, it's really goopy, gummy wax. Definitely not all natural. And it's going to mess with the paint. If you get candlesticks and they're waxy or got wax on them, heat gun that off, scrape it off, do what you got to do, because it will bleed through your paint.
You know what? I don't know that I have. What time is it?
Well, we've already been over an hour. It's 9:34.
Oh, okay.
Because we started pretty much right on time today.
Well, I'm going to do this. I'll just show you the stencil. I'm going to use one of Mara's new stencils that we carry at jamivintage.com. Do you guys see the detail? I'm just going to do that in white instead of white waxing it, and then I'm going to clear wax the whole thing. I'm going to do that around the side. It's going to look almost like lace. But I'm not going to do it today because it's already 9:32. So if you guys have your own projects or you want to purchase anything you've seen, go to JamiRayVintage.com, Saturday Thrift Haul, or you can click where we have our DIY paint, IOD, stencils. We sell it all on our website. And if you love this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.
All right, bye, you guys. Have a great evening.
I just randomly went mint with this. I think I'll follow it up with some white.